Alright, wow. I've been debating on whether or not I should bother with this video, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to discuss zombies. That's right. I'm talking about the Walking Dead flesh-eating, brain-sucking zombies. No, I'm not prepared for a zombie apocalypse. I don't think one's going to happen, and I really don't give a shit. And I just realized that I kind of blend into the wall behind me because it's one of those rare occasions when I'm wearing a white shirt and I am holding a white lighter. So I'm almost ninja-like, except for the fact that I'm sitting on a black couch, which just fucks up the whole concept. Nah, well. Anyway, zombies. Back to zombies. We all love zombie movies. We always think we can all survive a zombie apocalypse. We always watch the zombie movies, and it's always that dumb asshole who does the stupid stuff or acts out of fear who gets eaten by the zombies. So it becomes our natural concept, our natural thought. But yeah, zombie movies are cool because if that were to happen, then, it would rely on the smart and the strong and our ability and not our connections to other people that would matter. Two problems arise. Number one, we're humans. Humans are a social animal. Um, and number two, zombies are a fucking weak target. Come the fuck on. A zombie? Dude, nah. Uh-uh. Zombies ain't shit. Zombies don't bother me. I ain't worried about zombies. I'm more worried about, you know what I'm more worried about? I'm more worried about vampires. Vampires are strong, they're fast, they can turn into bats and mist and all kinds of crazy shit. They can take over your mind and make you invite them into your house. Hell, they can make you unlock the fucking door. A zombie has to bash through it. Vampire just walks up and says, open the door. You open the door. Yeah, so I'm more worried about vampires. You know what I'm worried about more than vampires? Stupid people. Vampires aren't real. Zombies, even if you go with, what you're talking, actual voodoo zombies are just guys who are brain dead, doped up on hallucinogenics who are pretty much indoctrinated into a system when you're talking voodoo, uh, who honestly believe they're the Walking Dead and they're enslaved to a sorcerer's will, which that mixed with drugs and, well, being brain dead kind of programs them into that point of view. But that's not what you should worry about. What you should worry about is people. Why should you worry about people? Because people can think, people can learn, people can invent shit. People tend to be creative. If you look out, we are the most creative animal on the planet, and that creativity, that ability to learn from watching other people do stupid shit and not doing the same stupid shit, has allowed us to do some remarkable things. We have electricity, TV, computers, no other animal, even animals that use tools, like other primates, don't do nearly nothing as complex as what we got. They have no concept of chemistry or writing or any of this. And I'm pointing this out to you because people are the worst threat in the world. Ooh, zombie apocalypse. Screw a zombie apocalypse. You know how my deal with the zombie apocalypse would be? I'd shut the door. Hopefully I'd have some weed. I'd roll up a doobie, crack open a beer, sit back and watch a DVD. Because, well, at least until my cable, after my cable went out. Then I'd probably play, my PS3 or fuck around on a computer or something. Maybe I'd call Bob on my CB. But anyway, here's the thing about it. Zombies. I get a kick out of the zombie apocalypse scenarios because I'm not even worried about a zombie apocalypse. I mean, I'd be fine. I wouldn't even have to worry about it. You can have a million zombies at my door and I'm cool. What I'm worried about is people. People think, people lie to you, and all these dumbasses who don't know tactics. I want to explain something to most of the preppers out here. There's this thing called 7-8. There's multiple books out there on individual tactics and everything else. I've probably written a few my damn self. In fact, TM 725-15 was written by me. It covers marksmanship and tactics and like wilderness survival training. And here's my point. Let's assume you're Jane Jane's a female. She's petite, not very well muscular, not a very threatening or intimidating person. In fact, Jean's not even all that pretty. Jean, whatever. So she can't really, use the whole seductive temptress thing quite as well as other women, other than the fact that, she's a female, guys are idiots, she has tits, guys are idiots for tits. You do the math. The problem is that Jane can think. Let's say during this massive Katrina like situation, Jane finds a guy, a fat guy, an out of shape guy, not that very, a guy that Jane would never look at in a million years. But this guy's got food, water, and guns. So she uses her feminine wiles to get this ugly motherfucker to let her into his house. And Jane tries to, put up with him, but she realizes he's an abusive asshole, so she slits his throat in his sleep. Now, Jane has food, water, and guns. Jane starts reading his little books on tactics and military training manuals that he used to self-train himself. So Jane picks up a lot, not all, but a lot of the same knowledge this fat, out-of-shape, antisocial individual has stockpiled and created and programmed into himself. Now, you want to hear the fun part or the really fucked up part? I got an idea. Let's talk about both. The fun part is that Jane's ability to survive in a chaotic, near apocalyptic environment has shot up substantially. She's learned things like the fundamentals of marksmanship, breath control, proper sight picture, stable firing position, a slow, steady squeeze of the trigger. She practices firing a couple of times at stray animals on a stop sign from, 100 or so yards away with this guy's AK-47. Pretty good at hitting a stationary target. She's practiced a few karate katas or kung fu forms or whatever, and has actually learned a few vital areas of the anatomy, picked up some hand-to-hand combat manuals from the military, and, picked up little stuff like that. Now, Jane's ability to defend herself, because she has nothing to do while sitting around in this guy's house, a corpse rotting away in the bed, she picks up these skills and everything else. When the police and National Guard come through trying to help people, she realizes there's a dead guy, I just slit his throat, and she throws the murder weapon outside into the floodwaters, and she takes off with, a backpack full of food and this guy's AK-47, some bullets, and a couple of books that she snagged out of his place, and she's gone. I'm more scared of her in that situation, even though she's self-taught and she's only had a week or two to do so, than I am a zombie. You know why? Because for one, she thinks. For two, she can lie to you, she can connive you, she can manipulate you, on top of the fact that she's slowly, out of necessity, been becoming better at fighting, survival, shooting. She's arming herself. That's what I'm scared of. I ain't worried about the zombie apocalypse. I'm worried about two things. Well, three things. I'm worried about stupid people, I'm worried about smart people, and I'm worried about groups of people. See, I kind of tend to agree with Friedrich Nietzsche. The insanity in individuals is rare. In groups, it's almost a standard. It's not what he said exactly, but you get the point. A person can learn, adapt, think, be creative, organize. Zombies can't. Zombie apocalypses are easy. Zombies don't use guns. Zombies don't use tactics. Zombies don't think. Zombies don't lie to you. They don't manipulate you. Zombies don't build booby traps. Zombies just walk around, brains. Okay, if you can't survive a zombie apocalypse, you're a dumbass. If you can't survive in a chaotic, violent mess of a situation in which people who are thinking, rationalizing, being creative, adapting, are trying to hurt you, you're normal. Doesn't matter if you're talking zombies, werewolves, or vampires, the mummy, the blob, any of that. The thing you need to worry about is human beings. People are the most dangerous animals on the planet. And I believe there's a quote out there about once you've hunted man, the most dangerous animal on the planet, nothing else really seems to satisfy you. I don't know about the whole concept of hunting man, but I do know we are the most dangerous animal on the planet. I've yet to see anything else that can nuke a city, but that's human ingenuity. Given the right resources, the right mindset, and the right amount of intelligence. Education is nothing. Education is the same as indoctrination. Self education is something completely different because that's you as an individual going out to learn to make yourself mentally and academically stronger. That's what you should be concerned with. What somebody in some academy, some school tells you is right or wrong, and you should do this or do that. No, I've never been a big fan of school. I've been a very big fan of education, but not school. I don't like having organizations tell me how to think or what to think. But I'm digressing. So, all in all, my point is simple. All these people who are fantasizing about a zombie apocalypse, that's cool. It's cute. But it's fantasy. And thinking, you should prepare for an end of the world zombie apocalypse isn't nearly as bad as trying to deal with an actual catastrophic situation. For all the people who say, oh, life changing events like that can't happen. Well, life changing events happen in our lives all the time. Um, Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. To the people in Nagasaki and to the people in Hiroshima, well, I'm pretty sure they didn't think that a plane was going to drop a little tiny bomb and it was going to take out their whole city. The problem is it did. So just because you're not expecting a catastrophic event or a life changing event doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I mean, hell, you should get used to life. You should actually really, if you think about this, your life is full of life changing events. You're born, that's the start of it. You become self aware, there's a whole new beginning. You start realizing there's something more than you, something greater than simply you. That's another life changing event. That awakening of like true awareness. Um, Puberty hits, hormones, another life changing event. Uh, Job, work, leaving home, a whole list of other stuff are all life changing events. They're small ones, they're common ones, but you really don't think about it. In each one of those cases, your life, your perception of what life was, changes. So, zombies, yay.